So, you're considering a move to Suffolk, Virginia? Hang on just a minute, because today I'm sharing the top 5 reasons you might not want to relocate here in 2025. You know, it's not all sweet tea and front porches. There's some real talk we need to cover. I help people buy and sell homes throughout Hampton Roads every single day, and I've seen Suffolk from just about every angle, from traffic to older homes to even the nightlife scene. I've got you covered. Stick around, because the last reason might make you rethink your plans entirely. By the way, if you do have questions about Suffolk or anywhere in Hampton Roads or the surrounding areas, my contact information is in the description below. Call, text, or email me. I'd love to help make your move as simple and stress-free as possible while educating you in the process. What's going on? I'm Jason Edwards with eXp Realty, a real estate agent based in Suffolk, helping active duty military, veterans, first-time homebuyers, and sellers make the best, most informed decisions in the Hampton Roads area. In this video, we're focusing on Suffolk in 2025, specifically 5 reasons you might pause before pulling the trigger on that moving truck. Don't get me wrong, I love Suffolk. I've lived here for about 16 years, work here, and trust me, there are plenty of great reasons to call Suffolk home. Of course, no place is perfect, so let's jump in and chat about what might be deal breakers for you, or at least things to consider before you sign on the dotted line. Alright, reason number 1. Suffolk is huge. And when I say huge, I mean it's the largest city in Virginia by land area, at around 430 square miles. Funny story, I had a client once who wanted to see a couple of homes in Suffolk. One all the way in the southwest corner of Suffolk, not far from Franklin. Another way up in the northeast corner of Suffolk. It was literally like a 45-minute drive, all in Suffolk. If you love wide open spaces, farmland, and elbow room, that might be perfect. But for those of you who want quick convenience, like a 2-minute drive to Starbucks, could be a major downside. Suffolk's land area often surprises newcomers who are used to tighter, more compact cities. The population is around 100,000 people, which means you can go for miles without encountering dense development. This also means commutes can get long. If you're stationed at Naval Station Norfolk or working in Portsmouth, you could be looking at 30 to 45-minute drives. Sometimes more if traffic decides to be less than ideal. I live just north of downtown Suffolk, and when I was still active duty, my drive to Naval Station Norfolk without traffic was right around probably 38 minutes or so, from driveway to parking lot. Not horrible, but with traffic it could get a lot worse. Also worth mentioning, that drive is either through a tunnel or over a bridge or both. You don't want to see traffic when there's an accident in or near one of the tunnels either. If you're set on living in Suffolk but worried about the drive, I can recommend neighborhoods closer to the major highways or main thoroughfares. It's all about location. Reach out if you want that personalized scoop. I'm here to help. It's literally what I do. Pretty much all my pros and cons videos, all my videos covering overviews of the different cities in Hampton Roads, they all talk about traffic, and there's a reason why. Traffic in Hampton Roads can definitely be a pain, especially during rush hour. Suffolk in particular has some choke points along 58 and 460, and that's before you even reach 664 or the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel. If you're new here, you'll quickly learn that rush hour can start as early as 2:30, 3 p.m. on certain days, especially Fridays. Rush hour traffic in the region can extend drive times by like 20 to 40%, depending on construction and accidents. Hampton Roads is known for its tunnels and bridges, which can become huge bottlenecks. Some clients of mine, even myself included, thought moving out just a little bit further wouldn't matter, until you find yourself sitting in traffic for what feels like an eternity. So if your job demands punctuality, especially for my active duty military folks, it's something you want to keep in mind. But like I said before, it's definitely doable. I moved to Suffolk in 2009 and was active duty until 2020, making that drive every day I wasn't on debt or on the ship. So I recommend either do a test drive during your usual travel times or check Google Maps. Seriously, try driving it at like 7:30 a.m. on a weekday to see what you're getting into before you move. And remember, I'm just a call or text away if you need some neighborhood recommendations that can help minimize the traffic battle. But you're still going to sit in traffic if you're commuting through one of the tunnels during rush hour. It's inevitable. All right, the third thing. We'll talk about housing a little bit. Suffolk is home to a ton of charming, older properties. Some of them date back decades or even a century. Some even more. They've got a ton of character. High ceilings, original hardwood floors, and sometimes outdated wiring or leaky roofs. For some of the older, more historic homes, make sure your home inspector is checking things like wiring and plumbing. Also, VA loans have property condition guidelines, which sometimes can flag issues in older homes. But again, some older homes are also in great condition. Sometimes newer homes also have issues with VA appraisals. If you have questions about what kinds of things a VA appraiser might be looking for, reach out and let's chat. If you're a first-time buyer, hidden maintenance costs can sneak up on you. For my VA buyers, the appraisal process is a bit more particular, so keep that in mind if you're eyeing a historic home. My advice, always get a thorough home inspection. No exceptions. Even when the market was much more competitive and people were trying to make their offer as appealing as possible, there were people waiving home inspections. I even had a client waive his home inspection, but I never recommend it. And if the house is more than like 30 years old, consider specialized inspections for things like the roof or HVAC or wiring or plumbing. Trust me, you'll thank yourself later. It may be an extra expense, but it could save you money in the long run. All right, reason number 4. If you're hoping for a wild nightlife scene or big city feel, Suffolk might not be the right fit. Our downtown area has some great restaurants and local businesses, but it's not exactly Times Square. You'll find more nightlife in Norfolk or Virginia Beach, which can be a 30 to 45 minute drive away, depending on, you guessed it, traffic. Suffolk is known for its small town atmosphere, with many family-owned spots that close earlier in the evening. Major concerts, clubs, or sporting events typically occur in nearby cities. On the flip side, if you want that quieter, small-town feeling, Suffolk delivers. Just know that Friday nights might be more about cozy dinners and Netflix rather than late-night clubs or live concerts. Unless you want to make the drive. If you're on the fence about Suffolk and want to explore other Hampton Road cities, I can help you compare pros and cons. My contact information is in the description below. Shoot me a text, give me a call, or send me an email anytime. Seriously, I love helping people figure out their perfect fit. And finally, you can't overlook the weather situation. Southeastern Virginia is known for hot, humid summers, and Suffolk is no exception. And then there's hurricane season, June through November, when we keep an eye on the Weather Channel for potential tropical storms. The upside to that is living a bit further inland in Suffolk, you're not likely to get hit quite as hard as, say, Virginia Beach or Norfolk. We also don't have as much of the flood-prone areas as places like Portsmouth. So although we do get kind of the tropical storm effects from a hurricane or a tropical storm that were to hit us, it may not be quite as bad as some areas in the Hampton Roads area. That said, the Atlantic hurricane season peaks between August and October. Suffolk can experience flooding in some of the low-lying areas, but it's not as flood-prone, like I said, as coastal Virginia Beach or Portsmouth, especially near downtown. If you're not used to humidity, get ready. Be ready to watch your air conditioning bill climb. As for storms, it's crucial to understand which zones might require flood insurance. Even if you're inland, like Suffolk is, you want to double check the FEMA flood maps, which I'll link in the description below. That'll tell you exactly what flood zone you're in. And talk to your insurance agent about hurricane and flood coverage. It's better to be over-prepared than caught off guard. And if you have any questions, I've helped plenty of military families through these steps. I'm happy to guide you too. And if you don't have a trusted insurance guy, reach out to me and I can refer you. So, there it is. 5 reasons you might want to think twice about moving to Suffolk, Virginia in 2025. We talked about the massive land area, traffic headaches, older homes, limited nightlife, and the weather. Now, of course, for every con, there's a pro. Suffolk also has fantastic communities, some real charm, and a pace of life many people love. But at least you're armed with the facts to make a smart, informed decision. If you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, or even more confident that Suffolk's the place for you, let's connect. Remember, my contact information is right there in the description below. I help buyers and sellers all the time, and I'd love to help you too. Before you click off, do me a quick favor. If this video was helpful, tap the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I upload new videos every single week, covering everything from local neighborhoods to buying and selling tips, and I'd love to have you along for the ride. Feel free to check out the videos coming on screen now for more on Hampton Roads living. Stick around. You might find exactly what you're looking for. I'll talk to you soon.